From the William E. Simon Athletic Center on the campus of Morristown-Beard School here in Morristown, New Jersey, Play-by-Play Sports Productions is proud to present today's New Jersey High School volleyball match between the Crimson of Morristown-Beard and the Panthers from the Academy of St. Elizabeth. Well, good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to our broadcast. My name is Tom Williams. Thank you so much for tuning in as we will start things off with the JV match coming up in just a couple of minutes, followed by the Varsity, which will get things rolling at about 5:30. These are two teams, both at the JV and varsity level, who are very evenly matched, trying to climb their way up the standings, as they're both right now, at least as the varsity is concerned, sitting under 500. And these are also two squads that have faced each other before, so there is some familiarity, and it will be very intriguing to see how this match shapes out as we continue this week's coverage here at Morristown-Beard School. We'll take a quick break, and when we come back, we'll have coverage of the JV match, and that's coming up next here on Play-by-Play Sports Network. welcome back, everybody. Once again, we are live from the William E. Simon Athletic Center on the campus of Morristown-Beard School. About to get started with the JV matchup between Morristown-Beard and the Panthers from the Academy of St. Elizabeth. In volleyball action, Tom Williams here. Thanks so much for joining us. Just receiving some of the rosters a little bit late, so we're going to do our best to get everything correct for you as we move along, as last-minute instructions are being given, and the checks of the rosters as well. Taking a look at the starters for Morristown-Beard. Number 2, Brittany Barry. Number 19, Deshauna Noel. Number 20, Nicolette Lewis. Number 25, Sam Rivera. Number 8 is Kiva Magnotta, excuse me. And looks like we're just about ready to go with Kaya Moody ready to serve for the Crimson. Looks like our officials are ready to go. And here we go. A bad touch there from Caitlin Beck. Just could not get the set up. And it was in between trying to say whether to set or to bump. So an early 1-0 lead for the Crimson here in the first set. Well bumped this time, right over it, slapped right back. Going for the kill there was Noel. That's deep, and that will be out. Good little rally there for the Panthers. Trying to keep that in bounds. And it's 2-0 Morristown-Beard. Oh, bad touch, and the Panthers get away with one, as Lewis couldn't quite pick that up. And libero Erin Kilgore, she'll get credit. As the Panthers are now on the board, 2-1 for Morristown-Beard. Deep serve by Ava Boyle. Oh, good spike there. Fantastic finish. As Nicolette Lewis nicked it off the top of the net. We're able to drop it for a 3-1 game. The underhand serve, that will go out of bounds, unfortunately, for Deshauna Noel. And an easy point for the Panthers, making it 3-2 for Morristown. Kiara Sheeran with the serve. Tough touch here, just want to get this over. A little bit of a double team there. Oh, and it found a hole. As Kilgore couldn't quite reach it. So it'll be a 4-2 match. And first set, so 4-2 set, excuse me. Brittany Barry will serve overhand. And a little bit low, line driver right into the net. And it's 4-3. And this is the JV match coming up at about 5:30. We'll have the Varsity. Great opportunity for these young ladies to get some experience, as Nala Davis ready to overhand. And she gets that deep. That's punched away, but that'll go out of bounds. Deshauna Noel might have been better served to let that go out. I think that was heading over the line. But the Panthers are able to come back. They were down by as much as 4-1. It's now 4-4. Didn't get all that one right into the net, and Morristown-Beard regains the lead at 5-4. As Davis is subbed out, and here to serve for Morristown-Beard is Nicolette Lewis. A little low. Again, it looks like both times her setup, her toss, a little bit out in front of her. You get it out in front of you, again, you've got to try to get underneath it and over that net. She couldn't quite do it. So the serve here coming from Megan Hawley. That tips the top of the net, and it works. 6-5 lead now for the Academy of St. Elizabeth. Something you've got to be ready for defensively, as this one is nice and deep, and it drops for an ace. So 2 solid serves from Megan Hawley. She's shown she can put it short and she can put it long on the long side. See where she goes this time around. She'll go long on the left. And that'll drop as well. So a nice run here for the Panthers. 4 straight points, going from 5-4 down to 8-5 up. Very strong serve here from Hawley. Hasn't even been returned yet. This one could be, though, as this is bumped up. And that's going to be into the net, and another point for the Panthers. So now 9-5 in favor of St. Elizabeth. And that one a miss hit. Trying to put a little extra oomph into it, but right into the net. So 9-6, but a nice run there from the Panthers. Of 4 straight points. Now the serve coming from Kiva Magnata. Overhead, and it's short. We were able to watch earlier on during the warm-ups them attempting these overhead serves, and a lot of them were heading to the net. And it's all about the toss. Trying to get it up there as high as you can and time it well. Get it too low, too far in front of you, it don't work. Now a little underhand serve by Grace Michaels. It's returned. It would bump up high, and that'll go out off the official. Well, it'll be a point to the Crimson. Now 10-7 Panthers. There will be a substitution. Coming off is Rivera. Brianna Stewart. She'll come in and she'll serve. 10-7 in favor of the Panthers. Skies this one short and it drops. Caitlin Beck just couldn't quite get there in time. She was coming from deep. Kilgore right in the middle may have been better served to try to get that one. So now it's 10-8. And that's not going to make it over the net. And the toss a little bit low and to the right. Did her best to adjust. Did Stewart. Kind of short-armed it. As now Erin Kilgore will serve for the Panthers, leading 11-8 here in the first set. Just makes it over. Nice setup, but slapped into the net by Tashana Noel. Got there a little bit late and didn't get underneath it. And a little low serve. And the serve will return to Morristown-Beard, picking up a point, making it 12-9 in favor of St. Elizabeth. Kaya Moody ready to serve. Got that right in the middle. With a teamwork issue there, but they're still able to tip it over. Right back over. And the set. And they'll be forced to push over it, then bumped right back over. And that'll be a double touch. And at this level, you won't see a whole lot in the way of jumping and spiking. You still want those 3 touches and try to move that defense around. Find those holes. Nice serve right in the middle. And that'll just make it over and slap. Oh, nice stop. But it does not make it over the net. Really nice dig. But unable to continue the point with the Panthers. And a nice little run brewing here for the Crimson. 3 straight points, now trailing 12-11. Moody has shown a very aggressive serve. gets this nice and deep once again. They'll have to just get that over somehow, and it's not going to go. Communication being a little bit of an issue here for the Panthers. We've seen a couple times where a couple of players would get together. In this case, it was Michaels and Beck on that third desperate touch to get it over the net. They both go after it, and so someone's got to say, I've got it, and be confident that they can get it over. 4-point run. And that is going to be a tough play. Spiked over nicely, though, and this will drop. Very deep up the arms of Brianna Stewart. Basically served it right over her own head. And nobody else could get there. So that ends the run of 4 straight points for Morristown-Beard. They're right back in this, trailing, though, 13-12 here in the first set. That's a real nice looking serve, and right through the hands of Nicolette Lewis. That had power to it and some precision from Ava Boyle. That one was good as well. Right in between. Moody didn't know whether she should bump or set. Right in between, kind of caught her in the neck. And a run of 3 straight points here for the Panthers, leading 15-12. Very deep serve. Oh, they were calling to have her let it go, but they didn't do it. Get over the net anyway. And the Panthers hit the net a couple of times, but could not clear it. So it'll be a 15-13 match, or game rather, in favor of the Panthers. Shoshana Noel will serve. And she'll go underhand, spins off the outside of her hand, and stays alive. Looked like it was really close to hitting the line. So Grace Michaels didn't want to take a chance. Just couldn't get it over the net, or at least pass it on over. So 14 points here for Morristown-Beard, trailing by 1. And Noel will serve. Right down the middle, and it drops. Again, there's that teamwork aspect again. As both Boyle and Kilgore were there, but they both hesitated. And at least in my humble opinion, that's where you've got to have kind of a hierarchy out there, someone to lead and call for it. This is nicely bumped by Kilgore. Slapped across, and that'll be in. Hit the line. So that was nicely played. Kiara Sheehan will serve. And this will go way out, off the side of her hand. Tied up at 16 here in the first set. And here to serve. Brittany Berry didn't get any of that one. Right into the net it goes. That was one that sounded wrong, and she felt it right away. Just looked right at her hand and said, oh, that's not going to make it. Nala Davis will serve. 17-16 Panthers. Very deep. They're going to let it go out. Very nicely played there from Morristown-Beard. You may remember a couple of serves ago that the entire bench was yelling to let it to go out. But they're so aggressive wanting to play it, and you can't blame them. Nicolette Lewis, and could not get the serve to the net. Just looked over and saw the coach. She was kind of making a flopping hand motion, which is probably what she's saying to Lewis, saying, listen, you got to keep that hand solid. The hand flops around, you're not going to get anything on it. The serve will come to the corner, and that'll drop. An ace. Nice serve from Megan Hawley. We saw her earlier. This is her second serve. She was responsible for a good 4-point run earlier. 19-17 in favor of St. Elizabeth. And she places it very well and with some power. This one will be deep, and it'll go out. Tried the far side corner. As we will have a substitution. Pawnee is out and back in for the Panthers. Caitlin Beck is ready to serve. As Kiva Magnata. A little bit of a jump to it, but still couldn't reach the netting. Or at least got to the net, but not over. And a 2-point lead for the Panthers. Grace Michaels ready to serve. And she'll go underhand, way up in the air, but short. Bumped back towards the back line, and that'll be a point for the Panthers. And a tough dig attempt by Kaya Moody. 21-18 now. 3-point advantage here in the first set for the Panthers. And again, Michaels ready to serve. Goes underhand again, tries the near side. Set very close to the net by Lewis. And Stewart really couldn't do anything with it except push it right into the netting. Now 22-18, another run from the Panthers. Very conservative, underhand. It spins to the near side, and unable to make the sliding play was Lewis. And a timeout will be called by Morristown-Beard as they are on the brink, trailing by 4, 22-18 here in the first set. And reminder to stick around for the varsity match coming up at about 5:30. Again, two teams near the bottom of the NJAC Colonial, but both looking to move up. It'll be their second meeting. And the last time those two squads met, talking about the varsity, Morristown-Beard won 2-0, but both sets were close. So it could be a very good matchup. I think that's coming up at 5:30. And the conversation right there in that huddle has to certainly be about controlling every single bump. A lot of them have been really far up the arms. Hard to control. You want it certainly closer to the wrist, off the forearms where you can control it. And there have been holes in the positioning that the Panthers have been able to exploit. Timeout over. 23-18 lead for the Panthers here in the first set. And they're on a run. Another underhand serve. Bumped. Oh, but a bad bump back. And unable to reach it was Berry. And it'll be set point. Academy of St. Elizabeth on the cusp. Grace Michaels. Nice run here on her serve. Goes underhand again. Good job getting it deep. Oh, tipped over. Oh, diving play, but could not keep it alive, and the Panthers pick up the point. And the first set. So the Academy of St. Elizabeth leads 1-0. We'll take a break, and we'll be back with second set action in just a moment. Thanks so much for tuning in here to the Play-by-Play Sports Network. Welcome back, everybody. Once again, we are live from the campus of Morristown-Beard School, the Simon Athletic Center. About to get started with the second set between Morristown-Beard and St. Elizabeth. Panthers will serve, leading 1-0. Finishing off with a 5-point run. And they will get the serve. Brittany Berry. Direction Ava Boyle is ready to go for the blue-clad Panthers. Nice serve in, and good communication. Spiked across deep, and that'll go out. Big kill there. That was finished off by Nicolette Lewis. But good assist to Kaya Moody. So 1-0 Crimson, and they get the serve. The serve is a bit low by Moody. Slapped off the end of her fingers. And the Panthers will get a substitution in. Nala Davis is in. Libby Shalago is out. A short stint for Shalago. They want Nala Davis and her aggressive serve in there. But didn't get all this one. And it's 2-1 in favor of Morristown-Beard. So substitution once again, this time for Morristown-Beard. Coming out, Devin Janae, and in Tashana Noel. She'll serve, and back in the game for St. Elizabeth is Libby Shalago. Serve is deep. Good job to bump over and get it deep as possible. And a bad tip. And the Panthers will get the point. Even up at 2 apiece. And St. Elizabeth able to go on a number of runs. It's in to serve here is Erin Kilgore. And she found the hole, but it's bumped. Oh, a nice diving play. Oh, my. There was a big hole right in the middle of the defense for Morristown-Beard, but diving over and making the play was Kaya Moody. Pick up the point for Morristown-Beard. It's a great dig. Nice serve. And nobody will knock it over was Libby Shalago. So the successful serve by Brittany Berry, and she'll go again, 4-2. Really good serve this time, and unable to handle was Ava Boyle. And this first real run picked up by Morristown-Beard. Run of 3 points. This one will be short. And we mentioned this earlier. I believe it was Boyle last time as well. Looked right at her hand and shook it. Just didn't get good contact. The correction, that was Berry. Here is Megan Hawney. Seeing her serve throughout the first. Very dangerous as this will drop out of bounds. Tried to spin it across and there was a big hole just over the net and short. But just got a little bit too much of it. So a 6-3 lead for Morristown-Beard. Here in the second set. Nicolette Lewis will serve. And once again, just that toss has been a problem. So a 6-4 set. Coming in is Kiara Sheehan. And she will serve. Spinner short once again. This time it was picked up. Nice look across. Oh, it's spiked right into the net by Moody. Just couldn't quite get up there. But the setup was real good. So now 6-5 as the Panthers will start another run, at least try to. Moody with the bump. Oh, just over the head of the swing of Akiva Magnotta. So that evens things up at 6 apiece. Good communication, bumped out of bounds, slapped on over, and it clears the net. Just made it over. on the push from Tashana Noel. So Sheehan comes out. Esther Boyle is in wearing 20 for the Panthers. Good serve over, but unable to reach it was Hawley. And it's now 8-6 in favor of the Crimson. Kiva Magnotta serving. Toss was in front of her, and she couldn't do anything with it. She looked right over to the coaching staff and said, yep. Just slipped out of her hand. So 8-7 is the lead now for the Crimson. Sarah Marsh ready to serve. A little short, got it over. Nice look over. Tapped up the line, and it's in. Kaya Moody just found a hole and pushed it over. Tucked it inside the line for a 9-7 Morristown-Beard lead. Brianna Stewart will serve. Good job getting underneath that. And a push right into the net by Julia Lisco. Still seeing a couple of Panther players, in spite of the first set win, bumping into each other, so to speak. An earlier call on some of these plays, decide who's going to get it, and this one's going to be short. You kind of tell that from Morristown-Beard there has been a number of conversations, really an accent during practice on serving, because every time a serve goes wrong, look over to the coach, and they kind of communicate that way. Nice serve up the line, and it is in. Just nicks the line by Ava Boyle. Well, the Panthers pull within one. It's 10-9. Up the line this time again, but could not quite drop it in the same spot. Goes out of bounds. It's 11-9. Well, Morristown-Beard was giving her the line, kind of tempting her to go there. Now the serve will come from Moody. She's got a very aggressive serve. And it drops. Esther Boyle couldn't get down low enough, and it went off the foot of Erin Kilgore. Substitution being made is coming out. It's Tashana Noel. And it is Devin Janae. Set up right in the middle, tied to the net. Serve is deep. Gonna be bumped out of bounds. Nobody really set up for an aggressive kill. They just wanted to bump that over and get that deep. They were trying the line. So 13-9 here in favor of the Crimson. This one's heading to the line, and it is in. Kaya Moody with the ace. So Moody trying to pull away here for the Crimson. 14-9 at this point. Basically trying the same spot, a little bit tighter to the center. Good push over, and it finds a hole. Esther Boyle with the kill. So back to serve for St. Elizabeth. Nala Davis. And a bad push. Bad toss. We'll try it again. Nicely placed for the ace. Just in front of Nicolette Lewis. And Davis will try it again, 14-11. But a nice run for the Panthers, getting back into this second set. 15-12 is the lead for Morristown-Beard, and they'll get ready to serve. Tashana Noel. Looks like she'll go underneath and drop it in. And nobody wanted it. Both Kilgore and Hawley just kind of looked for about a second, and that was enough. That's where somebody's got to take charge. Right in the middle, bumped right back over. Nice job on the return by Ava Boyle. There were 3 Morristown-Beard players right there surrounding it, but all 3 of them were kind of hesitant. There was one touch. Couldn't quite finish it off, though. And a finish there for St. Elizabeth as well. Again, they just find the hole right in the middle of everybody. Erin Kilgore serves. Off her fingertips. Got it short, and there was nobody there, but now it's bumped back over. Tapped to the near side, but they could not get it to go. And that'll drop. Second chance opportunity for Morristown-Beard. And they'll pick up the point. 17-14 in favor of the Crimson. Serve right into the net. Just unable to get underneath it. It's Brittany Berry. 17-15 as the Panthers serve. Nice job to get that one over. Everyone converged and got it. Pushed right back over. Very aggressive is Moody. And it'll be a point for Morristown-Beard. Megan Hawley with a very nice serve. It's the Crimson's turn now, leading 18-15. Serve into the net, though. Off of Nicolette Lewis. So 18-16. Coming in to serve is Kiara Sheehan. Very tight second set. Obviously, Morristown-Beard needs it. Tough bump there. Tashana Noel called it the whole way, but just rode up her arm a bit. The Panthers have pulled within a point. And that'll be short. Harmless little slap onto the ball there from Kiara Sheehan. Again, short on it, alligator on it, if you will. Magnotta. A lot of footwork underneath her toss. She tosses and kind of moves her feet around. I mean, that means the toss isn't exactly where she wants it. And that goofs up the timing just about every single time. It's a tough adjustment. Sarah Marsh ready to serve. Gets this one deep, but out on the near side. Just when the Panthers are that close to tying this second set up. A little bit of a mistake made. 2-point advantage. Nicely placed serve. And that'll hit the top of the net and out. Looking for the line was Kilgore. But it hit the top of the net and kind of spun. Now Morristown-Beard is in range. Chance to get that one deep, they do. And it drops. Julia Lisko. Right there tight to the net. Had the near side. Although it was dug out, there was nobody ready 2-point lead for the Crimson. Panthers are right here, though. Ava Boyle. Wow, nicely placed right in the middle of the defense. Magnotta went down to a knee and just couldn't grab it. And they have it's kind of like a circle that goes right into the middle is where it went. So they'll tighten things up from the back. See if she can find another hole. This time she goes deep to the back corner and it drops. So that'll tie things up at 21. And this is where it gets dangerous for Morristown-Beard. They can't drop this set, obviously. Best 2 of 3. Boyle gets it deep. Bump to the top of the net, and it's a Panther point. Another run here for the Academy of St. Elizabeth, and they are 3 points away. On the near side, and it's in. The ace by Ava Boyle, and a timeout called by Morristown-Beard. They are 2 points away from dropping this one. Certainly something we've seen throughout this match for Academy of St. Elizabeth, especially on some of these serves. They find the holes. And even if it's not on the initial serve or the initial play over the net, it puts Morristown-Beard in such disarray. They've got to find a way to improvise a little better if you're Morristown-Beard. Again, even if it's not where you're expecting it to go, have teammates ready for the bump. And at this point, Ava Boyle and her Panthers are 2 points away. Nice run here, coming from behind, down by as many as 6. But now again, 2 points away from taking the match. Just over the net. Nice job to get it deep, but it's out. Nicolette Lewis had the near side line, just got a little bit too much of it this time. Match point. Very deep. This is going to be trouble, and it's not going to go. Went right off of Tashana Noel, and she could not pick up the finish. Little bit of a tighter second set. But the Academy of St. Elizabeth, they pick up the win. Winning the final set 25-21. So we'll take a break. When we come back, we'll be just about set to go for varsity action. That is scheduled for approximately 5:30, so about 45 minutes from now. We'll take a break. Thanks so much for joining us here on the Play-by-Play Sports Network. from the William E. Simon Athletic Center on the campus of Morristown-Beard School here in Morristown, New Jersey. Play-by-Play Sports Productions is proud to present today's New Jersey high school volleyball match between the Crimson of Morristown-Beard and the Panthers from the Academy of St. Elizabeth. Well, hi everybody, my name is Tom Williams. Thanks so much for joining us this evening as Morristown-Beard comes in with a record of 3-9 overall, 2-8 in conference. That's good enough for fifth in the NJAC Colonial. Coming off a 2-1 win over Morris Tech on Tuesday, ending a 5-match losing streak. Crimson dropped the first set 25-17 before coming back 25-20 and at 25-17 to seal the victories. Brianna Diggs and Ali Stecker led the way with 4 kills each, while Diana Nelson was strong defensively with 15 digs, followed by Ariana Martino's 8. St. Elizabeth, they're coming in with a record of 3-11-1, 1-8-1 in conference. That's 8th in the Colonial. Coming off a 2-zip loss to Parsippany, marking their 4th loss in a row as they fell 25-14 and at 25-12. First meeting between these two teams was on September 22nd, and Morristown-Beard came away with a 2-0 win. Both sets were close, though, 25-21 and 25-23. Panthers will start things off as serving is Kiara Fernandez, the senior. Certainly the focus of this Panther team. She's got 14 kills, 35 digs on the season. And look at the first point, is unable to clear the net is Ariana Martino. So an early 1-0 advantage for the Academy at St. Elizabeth. This will be tough. Right in front of our scoreboard camera and my vantage point. Unable to reach that one was Diana Nelson, the libero. So a 2-zip lead for the Panthers. They're starting off strong. And that one will not clear the netting, and it's 3-0. So an early run here for the Panthers. As their JV team had a 2-0 win just a few minutes ago, and they had a number of good runs as well. Nice kneeling play there. And the first point of the game for Morristown-Beard. Now the nice dig from Jackie Silvers. First service of the game for Sam Grant. And that is off the bump of Emma Sakala, the junior libero. So that has pulled Morristown-Beard within 1. Trying the near side, and that is good. Just tucked inside the line for the ace. 15th ace of the year for Grant, and we're tied up at 3. Oh, nice spike down, but kept alive by the Panthers. Getting up there was Brianna Diggs. She'll try this one as well. Up the top of the net, it's good. So after a 3-point run for the Panthers, now a 4-point run for the Crimson, leading 4-3 in first set action. Good job to get it over here by Muir. And returned well, but point against the Panthers looked like it might have been a net violation. So that's a 5-point run now for the Crimson. Very good spike, but an excellent dig. Reaching out for it was Nicolette Lewis. And it is down for the point. Very nice defense from Lewis. And she also played the JV game, so she's quite warmed up in a 6-point run. This one will be trouble, as that is finished off by Cameron Corcoran, and that'll end the run at 6 points. 6-4 lead now for Morristown-Beard here in the first set. Julia Muir, the freshman, will serve for the Panthers. A pretty good bump there from Lewis, but away from Jackie Silvers as she dives to the far sideline. And that makes it a 6-4 game, actually 6-5. Still have it up at 6-4 though. Bump went backwards, but still able to drop. Nicolette Lewis. Served by Ariana Martino. That was short. Substitution for the Panthers coming out. Caitlin Cape coming in. Madison Schneider, and Schneider will serve. 7-5 game. Schneider 5 aces on the year. Set up well. A little bit behind Lewis. So able to get it over. But he forced a bump. Nice touch there from Centuriello. This time the spike, but the block stays alive. Have to get that over. Oh, great series here. Is that a little out? And it's a point for Morristown-Beard. Oh, what a great rally. Both sides getting great opportunities. And now back to serve. Here's Brianna Diggs, the senior. 2 aces on the year. But that'll drift out of bounds on the near side. 8-6 lead for the Crimson. Cameron Corcoran, the senior, with 7 aces, will serve for the Panthers. This will go deep. And they were a little halfway was Diana Nelson. Thinking it might go out of bounds at the last second, brought her arms down to try to save it. But that pulls the Panthers within 1. This one is very deep, and that'll go out. That'll make it a 9-7 first set. Jackie Silvers, the senior. Puts this one short. Well played. Oh, but Corcoran, after she was able to save that with the dig, basically got ran into. I think that was Sadie McVicker who was trying to play that. Now it's 10-7. This is short into the net. The toss up by Silvers, a little bit in front of her, and a little bit of a hesitation as well. Might have been better served to let that drop. So the Panthers will take over, trailing 10-8. Sakala with the serve, and it's an ace. Dropped in far side to the corner. Either Nelson or Martino could quite get there. That pulls the Panthers within 1 at 10-9. This one is no doubt, but bumped right over perfectly by Jackie Silvers. Probably not what she intended, but it worked out well. Serve returns to Morristown-Beard, leading by 2. It's 11-9. Here's Nicolette Lewis. And quite warmed up after playing in the JV game. Gets this one over. spike by Fernandez is stopped. This one hit deep, but too strong by Amanda Fratkin. And a point for the Panthers. They'll sub in a couple. Coming in is Boyle and Cape. Evelyn Boyle and Caitlin Cape, wearing number 2 and number 10 respectively. Boyle, the freshman, also played in the JV game, will serve. Set up low, Martino has to bump it over. He gets it right back. Now looking for Martino. Tried to find a hole, but it's picked up by Fernandez. Slam top of the net. I don't think if Franklin will get the block. But either way, that was pretty much no chance to clear her or the net. 12-10 lead for Morristown-Beard. Fratkin, she will serve very deep, and that'll go out of bounds. So Fratkin out, coming in as Nelson. Back to serve for the Panthers, Kiara Fernandez. Line driver. Bumped by Silvers. Nice spike by Muir, but kept alive. Vicker with the pass, and that's going to be too deep by Corcoran. So serving, Jackie Silvers. Directions to Sam Grant, the senior. Fernandez with the try, but easily dug out. Oh, great spike. Brianna Diggs got up tall, top of her leap, and batted it down for the kill. Very well set up as the Crimson have a 3-point lead. Nicely dug out by Corcoran. Lifted over by Martino. Push deep, but Moody able to keep it alive. Oh, good diving play to get it back over by Corcoran. Good rally. Just lifted over, tipped over, but unable to drop it was Diggs. Now this will set up nicely for Diggs. Passes a little away from her, and Martino couldn't get it over. It was set up nicely, but the bump on the near side by Jackie Silvers just pushed it a little bit too far over. 14-12 now for the Crimson, as Julia Muir, the freshman, will serve. Martino. Push back. Need to get that over. Punched deep by Nelson, kept alive. Good spike up the line, but dug out by Nelson again. Need to get this one over. Some nice rallies in this match so far, and that is a point to Morristown-Beard. Liana Martino will serve. She gets this nice and deep, but it's dug out by Fernandez. Fernandez bumps it over. Trying to set up some offense. Wrong side of the line, though, by Nicolette Lewis, and it'll be a point for the Panthers. Just missed the stick. 15-13 lead for Morristown-Beard. They started off down 3-0. But came back with a 6-point run. This is served by Schneider. Spun to the near side. And communication. Diggs and Grant, actually Diggs and Nelson, kind of ran into each other right afterwards. They both admitted fault. Someone's got to take the lead there. Panthers have pulled within one, 15-14. Again, very close. It was the last time these two squads met. Trying her best to dig it close from the net there is Kira Sheeran, excuse me. So we're even up at 15 apiece. Tries the near side. Oh, and a bad touch from Lewis. Tried to go the fingertips, obviously. A little bit low, kind of hit her in the palm. Panthers take their first lead. Dug out by Martino. Good setup. And it is a net violation against the Panthers. And Silvers gets the finish and ties it back up. 4-point run for the Panthers. Got them back into this one. Diggs will serve. Tries on the near side. Slammed up ahead by Fernandez, but dug out by Martino. And that will not clear the net. And the Panthers back up on top, 17-16. Cameron Corcoran will serve for the Academy of St. Elizabeth. Tries the far side, Martino. Oh, sneaky play. Good block. Going up high, Amanda Fradkin. So now Silvers will serve, even up at 17. Didn't get all of that one. And there was that hesitation after the toss. Just waited a half a second, and instead of hitting it solid, kind of hit her middle of the fingers. Nice adjustment on the toss there from Sakala. Martino gets it deep, but out. Two-point advantage for the Panthers. They had a 3-0 lead early, so not their largest lead, but it's been tight throughout. And that'll hit the net. That'll end the run. And a 1-point game here in favor of St. Elizabeth. Back to serve, Nicolette Lewis. But it won't be her. Allie Stecker will come in. The junior with 7 aces on the year. And that one falls short. Oh, 2-point lead for the Panthers, 20-18. Longest run for the Crimson of 6. Panthers had a couple of runs that have been fairly long, a couple of 3 and one of 4 that got them the lead. Evelyn Boyle, the freshman, will serve. Dug out by Stecker. Served up for Martino to bump it over. And looks like it was a bad touch by Boyle. Or a double touch. May have hit one hand then the other on that set. So that pulls the Crimson within 1. The serve from Fradkin. Could not get it over. She tried the near side. Tried to skim the top of the net. Didn't work. Here's Kiara Fernandez. Very hard hit. Spiked over. Pushed away by McVicker. And it's a point for the Crimson. See, Brianna Diggs, very dangerous up the middle. Has a size advantage against just about everybody out there. Crimson have pulled within 1. Almost found a hole, but dug out by Fernandez. And the attempt by Fernandez wouldn't clear the net. And we're even up at 21 apiece. Chance here for Morristown-Beard to make a run and close out this first set. Set up well, but just out of the reach of Corcoran. She bats it into the netting. And the Crimson have to lead back a 3-point run. Job to two-hand it over. Very deep and away from Martina, but she saves it. And a double touch. And that will pull the Crimson closer to the victory. Bump back over, Martino. Back to Martino, too strong for her, saves it again. Slammed very deep by Corcoran. And it's set point for Morristown-Beard. 5-point run. For Morristown-Beard on the serve of Sam Grant. Pushed deep by Corcoran. And unable to save it was Diggs. So the Panthers need a couple of points here to avoid losing this set. Down 24-22. Important serve here from Julia Muir. That's deep, and good job getting it over. Off the top of the net. Cameron Corcoran with the kill. Pulling the Panthers within one, 24-23. Just 1 point needed here for Morristown-Beard still. And Muir on the serve. Hits it near side, it's out! Morristown-Beard picks up the win in set number one, 25-23. Well, we mentioned it during the pre-match that we knew this would be very close. Last time these two squads met, both close sets in spite of Morristown-Beard winning both of them. This time, doesn't get any closer. 25-23, the final in set number one. We'll take a break, come back for the second set in just a couple minutes. Thanks for tuning in here to the Play-by-Play Sports Network. Welcome back, everybody. Once again, we are live from the campus of Morristown-Beard School, the Simon Athletic Center. About to get started with the second set of today's match between Morristown-Beard and Academy of St. Elizabeth. with Morristown-Beard taking the opener 25-23. Certainly helped out by runs of 6 to start the match by the Crimson, and then 5 to help close out the very first set. So we'll switch sides against Morristown-Beard in the black. St. Elizabeth Panthers are in the blue. Tom Williams here. Thank you so much for joining us this evening. Quick reminder, we'll be back tomorrow here on campus for a girls soccer matchup. Morristown-Beard taking on Mountain Lakes. That'll be a 4 p.m. start, and happy to say that I'll be on the call for that one as well. I want to thank all the folks here at Morristown-Beard for helping us set up here in the gym and getting ready for us tomorrow for the girls soccer matchup, and then we'll have football on Saturday. Looks like all the officials are ready to go. Looks like they're doing some last-second housekeeping work as far as the numbers are concerned, making sure whoever's supposed to be out there is out there. And here we go. It'll be Morristown-Beard to serve. Sam Grant did such a fine job in the first set. Responsible for a couple of those runs, and here we go. Second set is underway. Slammed up ahead, but unable to get any lift on it was Fernandez. Top of the netting. You kind of see what she's trying to do. You try to clear that netting by enough, or at least hit the top of the tape to let it drop. I've seen Fernandez with a very heavy spike throughout. So 1-0 lead for the Crimson. Tries the near side, and it is good. An ace. Sam Grant just hitting the line. And it's quickly 2-0. That one drops as well, and it's now 3-0. Nice run once again from the Crimson. They started off slow in the first set, down 3-0, but came back with a 6-point run. And this one is a 3-point so far, looking for more. This is batted over by Kate. Spike to the far side, and it's good. Erin Martin went up top. And found a hole on the far side corner, and it's now 4-0 early. Forced to bump over McVicker. Pushed over by Martino. Corcoran. And slammed up ahead by Fernandez. Martino gets it over. Slapped up ahead by Sakala. Couldn't get the kill. That one's stuffed down. Brianna Diggs on the far side. She basically left all alone. And a 5-point run to start here for Morristown-Beard. And they had a strong start, a strong finish to set number 1. Looking for the same here. Pushed over by Fernandez, but basically she cuts off Carolyn Bishop, who's ready to bump it over. And it's a 6-point run, tying the longest run of the entire match for the Crimson. And it'll go to 7. Unable to handle that was Corcoran. And a timeout called by the Panthers. A huge, quick start from the Morristown-Beard Crimson. Great job on either side by Sam Grant. She goes far side, she finds a hole. Near side, she finds a hole as far as forcing uneasy digs after the serve. And I say the Panthers have done a solid job of using all touches, getting it over, but they haven't been spikes, they've just been bumps over it. They haven't been able to set that up, that big kill. Well, there have been a few really nice kills for the Crimson in this one, including Erin Martin and Brianna Diggs. Two of the taller players out there for the Morristown-Beard Crimson. So a quick 7-0 start for Morristown-Beard. And they could be well on their way to ending this one. But certainly don't count out the Academy at St. Elizabeth. They're still out there high-fiving, slapping hands, and getting excited. So they certainly feel that they're still in this one. Grant, the senior, is ready to serve once again. She started off this match, or rather this set. And still out there, 7-0. Corcoran almost dropped in, and it will drop. Both Bishop and Cape got together, leaving a spot where Cape actually left, so it's an 8-point run. Very tight to the net, but it clears Martino. And unable to clear was Martin. Mistimed her jump. And the 8-point run ends. Well, what a start for the Crimson. An 8-1 lead. Panthers will try to respond. Here's Fernandez. I serve very deep. And a spike low by Martin. Mistimed that one. And the Panthers now trail by 6. It's 8-2. Very deep and unable to pick it up is Martino. The initial dig off of Nelson. Went way to the far side. No chance to get a set done. 3-point run for the Panthers. 8-3 deficit. Martino. That'll be bumped up by Martin. Kept alive by the Panthers. Fernandez gets it over Martino with the bump. And it will be a point to the Panthers. Double touch. Four-point run now for the Panthers. And that one is long, and that's where the run ends. So, game of runs so far. 8 points for the Crimson, 4 for the Panthers. 9-4 lead for Morristown-Beard. Ariana Martino will serve. Near side and out. Tried to spin it to open space on the near side, but missed the line by a couple of feet. 9-5 here in the second. Katie Sheehan is back. Very deep. And it drops for the ace. Well, now we know why she was very deep. It just cleared the net and then dipped. Great job by Katie Sheehan. 4th ace of the year. That is very wicked. Again, it just gets over the net and dies. Diana Nelson tried to dive forward for it, but could not pick it up. 2-point run here for the Panthers. And all of a sudden, trailing by just 2. And that'll be low. Sacrificed some accuracy for more power. That was the hardest hit of the 3 serves she attempted. And even the toss was a little low. Here's Erin Martin, the sophomore. And that is stuffed at the net. Both Stecker and Fratkin were there, so unable to clear it was Cape. Just tipped over, but saved well. Nice dive from Fratkin. Fratkin with the tip. Slapped over with the left hand. Cape able to clear it, but it's kept alive. Very tight to the net. Unable to clear was McVicker. Nice rally. But it stays alive for the third straight point for the Crimson. 12-7. Martin continues her serve. Oh, unable to pick that up cleanly was Corcoran. Kind of turned to the side for the bump at the side of her hands. Just didn't get low enough. Line drive right into the net, just got underneath that one, so a 3-point run there. That gives the Crimson a 13-8 lead. And here to serve for the Panthers is Madison Schneider. Oh, perfectly just cleared the net. Brianna Diggs couldn't quite get low enough, get underneath it. Now 13-9. Same spot, but Diggs able to pick this one up. Just clearing the net. Pushed back over. Diggs unable to reach it. Schneider just pushed it over, found that open hole. Diggs was backing off, and where she left, that's where it dropped. Martino looking for Diggs, but bumped over by Fradkin. Great opportunity here. Schneider slams it over. Dug out by Martino, and that'll drop. Oh no, it's kept alive, but this will go out. Initially knocked over by Stecker, and I think the first dig was right into the net, and everyone assumed that it was going to drop, but a good job by the Panthers to keep it alive for another couple of hits. Diggs will serve, 14-10. Room on the near side, bumped right back over, slammed to the near side, and the kill. Fradkin able to drop to the near side line. 5-point lead for the Crimson, leading 1-0. Off the edge of her hand towards her pinky. So back to serve for the Panthers. Cameron Corcoran. Martino lets it go, but it's bumped out by Nelson. This will be tough. And that'll be a point to the Panthers. Just wrong side of the stick by Allie Stecker. Panthers again right on the cusp of getting back in this one, trailing by 3. Nice adjustment on the toss. Martino couldn't pick it up on the dive. And we saw it throughout the JV game where there was no adjustment on the toss as far as serves are concerned, but on a varsity level, much more seasoned players. Good job by Corcoran to recognize the toss wasn't great, so she adjusted her body. Martino. Unable to get it over. And failing to play it off the net was Grant. Nice run here for the Panthers. Ties their longest run of the entire match at 4. It's the third time they've had a 4-point run. Trying to make it 5, which will tie the match up, or tie the setup rather. Oh, spiked down nicely by Stecker. She gets the kill. Able to get there and cross-court it deep into the corner. A 1-point lead for Morristown-Beard. And Stecker, the junior, is rewarded with the serve. High, this is going to clear the net. Spiked down, but blocked by Corcoran. Tipped over the net. Good rally here. Could be a good setup and over. And unable to clear it back was Santoriello. Three-point lead for Morristown-Beard. Chance to close this out, but a bad serve. And it'll be a point for the Panthers. Emma Sakala will come in, the libero, and she'll serve. Now trying to push it deep, but unable to do so is Moody. Jenkins is up, and the spike is low, top of the net. Ashanti Jenkins, the sophomore, and got the first pushover. Mistakenly said it was Moody, 38-30. Second one right to the top of the tape. Panthers serving for a chance to tie it up. High pop there. Trying Jenkins again, just pushes it over. Schneider tries the far side. Fernandez. Oh, good save. Jenkins keeps it alive. Schneider again gets it deep. Gotta clear it. Oh, spike low here by Stecker. She was in between whether she wanted to push it over with two hands or try the one hand. And she tried the one and it failed. So we're even up at 17. Considering this started off with an 8-0 run for Morristown-Beard. Great comeback for the Panthers. Now they serve for the lead. Kept alive. Corcoran with the spike, but out. Tried to pick the near side corner. So Morristown-Beard is up after the 5-point run for the Panthers. Longest run of the game. Fratkin, top of the netting, and it's good. Two-point lead now for the Crimson. And to Fratkin, the junior. This one goes short. Right back over. Martin with the try. Schneider. She'll try to get it deep, but way deep, out of bounds. And it's back to a 3-point lead for the Crimson. Spike to the near side, and it's out. In to serve for the Panthers, Evelyn Boyle. Trailing by 2. Oh, into the netting. So now it's a 3-point lead for the Crimson. They're getting that much closer. Again, they won the first set, 25-23. And Sam Grant mostly been responsible. Most of the points coming on her serve. 5-point run at the end of the first set, an 8-point run to start off the second set, all on her serve. Slammed over by Corcoran, and that was Kate. Jenkins, nicely dug out. Fernandez couldn't get up top. And it's back to a 4-point lead for Morristown-Beard. Hard serve, dug out by Fernandez. Corcoran gets it deep and no decision yet. And it looks like it will be a point for Morristown-Beard. It went out. And officials needed to get together and work it out. And the main officials could overrule on the lines. But no need to there. 23-18. Favor Morristown-Beard. Fernandez. Oh, she does that so well when she lines that up. She's able to spike it over. she can work out a way to add a leap to her game, she can be very dangerous. Big serve here for Fernandez. And the Panthers gets it deep. Tipped over right away by Martin. And cleared in by Kate. Spike deep, but dug out well. And the point to the Crimson. Maybe a double touch. Match point for Morristown-Beard, leading 24-19. Serve is on the line. They try to keep it alive. It's deep, and it is out. And Morristown-Beard wins it. They take it 2-0. 25-23, 25-19. Some great runs by the Crimson in the first set. Runs of 6 and 5 early and late. And this second set started off leading 8-0. And then held on, really keeping the Panthers at bay and picking up the victory. So Morristown-Beard, they improved to 4-9 overall. They are now 3-8 in the conference. While St. Elizabeth, they have now dropped their 5th match in a row. They are 3-12-1, 1-9-1 in conference. Next up for Morristown-Beard, they'll play tomorrow here at home against Whippany Park. For St. Elizabeth, tomorrow at home against Parsippany Hills. And be sure to join us tomorrow here on the Play-by-Play Sports Network for girls soccer action at 4 p.m. as Morristown-Beard takes on Mountain Lakes. Our final score, 2-0 in favor of Morristown-Beard, 25-23, 25-19. For all of us here at the William E. Simon Athletic Center in Morristown, New Jersey, this is Tom Wilms saying thanks for joining us, and we'll see you real soon.